Hey, City Movement friends and partners. This is Mike Newman and Jeff Snyder, and
What's
we
up?
wanted to give a recap of 2024 related to the ministry of the City Movement as well as the finances. And so we're going to just share a few bullet points of what went on this year so you can get a good grasp of what the Lord did, and then a little bit of money. So,
Yeah, 2024 has been a great year. It's sometimes when you're in the weeds so much, you forget to think about what's happening and what God is doing. And if you would have told me 7 years ago some of the things that the City Movement got to be a part of in 2024, I would have been like, there's no way that's happening. But God's been so faithful, and He's been growing our movement, and there's been things happening that are only happening because God is inspiring people and the works of the Holy Spirit. We just love it.
That's right.
And so we just want to take a moment to celebrate with you some of the things that happened in 2024. So even just really quick to share, we're so grateful the City Movement is to the churches that partner with us. Yeah. We can only do the things we do because churches support the work that we're doing. Yeah. And so the City Movement's kind of like calendar year, if you're into those kinds of things, is July 1st to June 30th. So for the year that ended June 30th, 2024, the City Movement had over $75,000 in receipts. The majority of those are gifts from churches, our faithful churches who have signed up and committed to give to the work of the City Movement. And then the rest of that is registrations for conferences for people, like for the Youth Unify that we put on this summer. And that money that people give allows us to go out and do the things that you see us doing all over the world for the YMCA and all over the country for the YMCA. Even here in Lebanon, where we're doing things like recording this video and where we record our podcast, we can only do that because of the support we have from our churches.
That's right.
And so we just wanted to spotlight even a few of the things that we did this year that we can only do because God is directing people's gifts towards the work that we're doing. You want to talk about a few of those?
Yeah, let me spotlight one that is undervalued, but I'm just praising the Lord that that the tide is being raised on this one, and it's the matter of prayer. So this past year, there were 12 churches and YMCAs that were prayed for deliberately through our City Movement Prayer Initiative. 12 were chosen in the beginning of the year, communicated with, and now if you go on our website, and if you want to take part in praying for churches or YMCAs in a specific and deliberate manner, you can do that. Slides are provided, bullet points of prayer are provided for you to lead your churches or lead your Ys to pray for something outside of your own four walls, outside of your own world. And through that, we've seen a lot of camaraderie and collaboration in the work of the ministry to the Y. And so a lot of churches, a lot of pastors are talking with one another, sharing best practices. Even in some of our churches, our community groups, our small groups have adopted YMCAs or adopted churches in Ys to pray for them and care for them and love them. And so it's really exciting to see people lifting their eyes to the harvest and praying for workers. So that's one of them.
I'm just going to spotlight two other things that we've been able to do this year just because the people have been generous with us. And so one is we have this program called the Train and Send program, and it's our way of really trying to inspire and equip churches to raise up church planters to either support YMCA church plants or go plant churches in more YMCAs. And so we've just been able to sponsor one church and now another church that are bringing on interns with the purpose of growing the ministry of the City Movement in churches and YMCAs. And we just love that. It's been happening this year, and it's going to happen into the future. Also, we've talked about these things on the emails we send out and the videos we record, but we sent groups to Burundi, Costa Rica, Colombia, to New York for our National Christian Mission Retreat, to North Carolina for the first ever Youth Unified North America. And those were all great trips and great experiences. The one I want to highlight really quick is Youth Unified North America that happened in August in Asheville, North Carolina at the Blue Ridge Assembly. Is what God's doing through that trip and that movement is making waves even internationally, to the point where the YMCA of Egypt and the YMCA of Germany have asked a couple people from the City Movement's team to partner with them and come to Egypt in 2025 to put on a Youth Unify for all of the YMCA in Egypt. And so we're really excited to, even I'm looking forward now, we're really excited to be able to follow the work of where God is moving and what He's doing because of what's happened already.
That's right.
Yeah. Anything else in 2025 you want to spotlight in terms of what to be looking for, what we're going to ask people to pray about in terms of where their generosity is going to go towards and what we're going to do?
Yeah. I think one of the things that we're like, we feel the godly burden and responsibility, excitement, calling, is we're still discovering churches that are in YMCAs that are looking for resources. They're looking for help. They're looking for like-minded people that are doing the same work, and they're finding us on our website and things like that, and coming to us. And what we're wanting to do is roll out more of a network, more of a structure where people can be coached, counseled, cared for, so that they feel equipped to do the work of ministry in their local YMCAs. And so I think 2024, 2025, you can expect more emphasis on coaching calls and collaborative work environments, cohorts, whatever. But people working together to share fellowship and move forward together in the area of the gospel ministry towards the Y.
Yeah. Hey, well, we're just so grateful for you. Whether you are a member to YMCA Church, just tuning in because you got an email, or whether you're a YMCA CEO or employee watching this, or whether you're one of the pastors of our City Movement churches, we're grateful for you. We're grateful for the work of God in the YMCA, and we are praying in faith that it's going to continue to grow. This thing started as a prayer movement 180 years ago, so 1844, something like that.
Yeah.
And now it's all over the world, and we're excited about what we see, even here in America, about what God's doing with the Christian mission.
So thank you guys, and you will hear from us soon. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as be looking for the City Connect monthly emails that we send out.
Yeah. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.